question from Monica Hernandez.
Now, all of you have said that you believe the abortion issue should be decided at the state level and you would vote accordingly in Washington. But restricting abortion has been part of the Republican agenda for decades. So if you are part of a GOP majority and you're pressured to vote for federal abortion restrictions, how will you react? Mr. Hamlin, this question goes first to you.
Well, let me start with this. You know, as the father of two daughters, aged 20 and 22, I think it's important that we talk about this issue with an appropriate level of respect, compassion, and empathy with the young women involved. Here in New Hampshire, we have a 6-month abortion limit with late-term abortion restrictions with very reasonable exceptions. And I think that's a common sense consensus that I fully support. Now, I agree with President Trump that it is fundamentally a states' rights issue. What's right for California is different than what's right for South Dakota, and here in New Hampshire we have a consensus. Now, when it comes to me going to Washington, I would not advocate for anything more restrictive than what we have here in New Hampshire. We have a common sense consensus that I fully support, and I would take those New Hampshire values to Washington with me to represent the people of the 2nd Congressional District.
And Ms. Tong-Williams, if you are part of a GOP majority and you're pressured to vote for federal abortion restrictions, how would you react?
Well, I have said repeatedly, this is a state issue, and I support give back to state because we don't want to make a federal government decide everything. We love local control, and the Supreme Court justice actually took some personal risk to give back to state, and we can decide through the most grassroots democratic representative government here. But personally, I will not vote at the federal level at all for, between, or against. Because whenever you change a party majority, it's go back to the square one fighting again. And the Democrats always want to use the federal government to mandate stuff. They talk about democracy and let the people at our local level to decide. But I want to show compassion towards both lives involved on this issue, a woman and an unborn baby who have no voice. And I think that we want to do something through private charity to promote life, help women to choose life. I'm proud to say I'm a monthly donor to crisis centers. $1,000 a year, you can save a woman and her baby, and hope that will be something that we will do more often as a private charity level.
And Mr. Moncharmani, if you are part of a GOP majority and you're pressured to vote for abortion restrictions at the federal level, how would you react?
Look, I agree with the New Hampshire law. I support the New Hampshire law. I think the New Hampshire law is right for New Hampshire. And as a representative, this is a job where you are going to send me to Washington to represent the 2nd Congressional District and the state's beliefs and what we have come to. We've come to this belief that, restrictions in the 3rd trimester, with some exceptions for the mother's health and fatal fetal anomalies, is appropriate. I would represent that, and I would vote for that at the federal level if it came to that. I would not be more restrictive than what we have agreed to here in New Hampshire because I'm representing the New Hampshire individuals.